Today we have Kayla as a guest, and the theme of our 2 hours together is about this famed French school called CNIMA, which really turned my experience around. You know, I was looking to study. I had space in my life for that, and it coincided with Kayla working to arrange to bring Jacques Mornet and Nathalie Bouchek's over to the United States.
I started playing accordion as an adult, and I had what we call in French a coup de foudre, a lightning bolt. I fell in love with this instrument. What I fell in love with from my first visit to CNIMA was the ambiance, the warmth, the soulfulness of the school. It's in this little village kind of in the middle of nowhere, France. It's in central France. The directors, Jacques Mornet and Nathalie Bouchek's, are incredible music educators. They're so passionate about what they teach and about how they teach. It clicked with me, their own soulful demeanors. Just like, I want to try to do what they're doing, and I want to hang around these people because it's so much fun. I was just such a neophyte in those days. I knew that what I had stumbled on in France was incredibly special. This particular instruction was something that American accordionists could use.
Yeah.
From what I understood, there had not been a sort of school of one particular pedagogy or a school of thought or a particular approach as unique and as special as this one.
You know, because I teach and I teach a lot and I love teaching, I started getting involved with the Accordionists and Teachers Guild, which is the second oldest big accordion nonprofit. People who care about accordion realize that in the United States we have this sort of Middle Ages period where the accordion was very unpopular, and you know, all the schools died out, and we have a big gap in our education for one. This is a really wonderful thing that you've started to bring them over and to share. You know, I think it's really a good thing.
This is in French, but it's subtitled in English, Accordion Technique. So it shows you, it's just a very short clip in which the technique is discussed a little bit more so that our viewers can get an idea of what we're talking about.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Anaïs Bessière. J'ai étudié pendant 3 ans au CNIMA Jacques Mornet. J'ai appris toutes les bases techniques au niveau de l'instrument. La gestion d'un son, la gestion du soufflet. Il faut vraiment penser que notre soufflet, c'est comme notre poumon en fait. C'est lui qui nous permet de respirer, de jouer. Moi, je jouais tout à l'envers, donc c'est-à-dire je tapais mes notes. Mes notes, elles avaient un son creux. Avant, je jouais comme ça. C'était très scolaire, pas du tout de feeling et très linéaire, on va dire. On a travaillé toutes les variétés de toucher, le lié, le louré, le staccato, pour donner beaucoup plus de relief et de feeling en fait à notre jeu musical. J'ai aussi appris à être plus proche du clavier, ça nous permet de bien travailler dans notre technique. On a travaillé le phrasé jazz, on a travaillé aussi un petit peu la souplesse et la qualité du son.
I'm going to plug their YouTube channel. Some great instructional videos on here. There's a full, 30-minute video of Jacques teaching you a song. It's a very, very simple song, but he goes over it, you know, here's the melody, and then here's how the basses should sound and all that sort of stuff. That's cool. And then he goes through. It's a really nice lesson.
Comment obtenir une telle basse? D'abord, prenez ma méthode, ma non-méthode plutôt, à la page 34, 35, 36, il y a un tas d'exercices qui vous permettra de comprendre le système. Et le système n'est pas difficile à comprendre, les doigts collés et surtout éviter de taper.
This idea I'm beginning to understand more and more about keeping your fingers touching, especially the bass notes. And Kayla, earlier in our stream you mentioned the articulations, that there's 4 articulations and those are really, really important. The other idea which we didn't talk about, which Mark just brought up, is the idea that of playing on the cushion of air. And even in my lessons now I have this ball right here to describe that it's not it's not a lever that we're playing, because I play piano accordion and teach mostly piano accordion, but it's It's not like an on-off thing. That really you need to think of the piano key or the button as a cushion, as something that's a cushion of air that can fill up with various amounts of tension. So if you pull gently, you have a little bit of tension, and you need to not just smash down your cushion of air every time. You can do that, that's a particular sound, but you don't always want to do that, and in a lot of cases, that's not what you want to do. And to make your cushion of air first by moving your bellow to make the sound that you want, and then you play your note on top of it. That was like, for me in New Orleans, like, oh, cool. Okay, well, this changes things.
That's what creates the sound. That cushion of air creates, it's the base of the sound. And if you don't have it, you don't have sound. And if you don't have sound, then why bother to play? That's where everything starts and ends, with the air. The way that CNIMA trains on bellows is to have them as a perfect fan that opens naturally. With the air compression.
Posture and positioning is something super important.
They insist that it's resting on your thighs so that you can have total balance. Your instrument is completely balanced on your body, on your thigh.
Natalie really stresses that as a way to keep the feet on the floor, to stay grounded.
It's very, very important that you do get your posture and positioning right. The feet both need to be firmly on the floor so that your body weight can be straight. I say straight down from your torso into your buttock. Then your body weight, as you move your body forward, you can move your body weight into your legs and you're supported, and the accordion stays balanced. And it even gets a lot of help from music. These explorations, the whole live streams like history is very much a result of me being, set aflame by Jacques and Natalie's ideas, and how it just fills a necessary, it's just like there's a gap in my musical experience about this sort of training and this sort of technique on the accordion, and you really can't find it in the United States. Nobody talks about this stuff. Nobody talks about playing on the surface, only pushing the button down. Nobody talks about playing on a cushion of air. People do talk about playing lightly and stuff, and there's some ideas, but in general, there's a real vacuum of these wonderful ideas that...
Part of the beauty of CNIMA is the way that Mr. Mornet has deconstructed this method. And part of that is by focusing on articulation. I tried to choose videos today that are good examples of these articulations and of how this musicality that they're famous for teaching is expressed in a professional student. Omia Marine is a great place to start. As a young woman, she trained there. Now she's a professional musician. She plays regularly all over France and Europe.
Maxime this summer.
Novus. He's been going there, I think, probably since he's 10 or 11. I think I saw him the first time when he was 12. He's, I guess, 18 or 19 now. That's Futa. Okay. He's a Japanese student who came to study with Jacques last year, and then he ended up competing and winning everything. He's ridiculously good.
He won Coupe Mondiale.
Gilbert Baudin, I met him, I think, in 2016 when he was just finishing up his studies there. And since then, he has gone off and embarked on his career, which has already been very successful. As Dallas was saying, they train in all genres of music. If you go to CNIMA'S YouTube channel, you'll see normal adults like me, and you'll see other students who play pieces that are more classical, and there's such a broad spectrum of what they teach there.
Folk pieces. The simplest pieces, they almost seem the most eye-opening.
And they consider those the important ones because that's where you're really learning technique.
Fun thing for me has been to be here in America and have my YouTube heroes, accordionists that I find on YouTube, and I just go, oh my gosh, I love this video, some of my favorites. And then to go over to CNIMA, and CNIMA has a huge wall. I think it's people who have come through there who have won big competitions, I think. This guy is one of them, Jacques Mornet, and after a while you go, okay, I'm not surprised now that I know what you learn, and from what you learn, then how you feel about music on the accordion. So here's João Fred.
Portuguese, right?
Portuguese, yeah, from Portugal.
a little bit more about Mr. Mornet. He told me that in 1981, he came to the Kansas City. There was a competition. It was one of the World Cups.
I think this was Coupe Mondial. I thought that it was Alain Musichini came and Peter Suave was also there. And I thought that Peter Suave maybe came in second. Alain won.
Jacques has been teaching, I think, for 60 years or over 60 years.
It became like a phenomenon. It became a rekindling of accordion. He ignited all these like super people that became really, really amazing musicians. And it was like a phenomenon.
I don't know if y'all want to see a video of Natalie playing.
Yeah.
She's incredible. She's so inspiring.
They're both a technique which has roots way, way, way back, but then they're also very much on the cutting edge, and their students are competing and winning the trophies, and it's really affordable to come for a week.
It starts Monday afternoon at 2 p.m. with an orientation, and then we jump right into our classes. And we have classes daily, and then on Saturday we have the final debriefing where we get a critical breakdown of our playing, and it's really one of the best parts of the entire workshop. The school offers instruction to all ages. They train adults like me, amateur wannabes who are just passionate about this instrument. They train kids who are incredible and go on to these amazing careers. Capability of the school is to train all levels because their approach is the same no matter if you've played for a month or for 10 years, or if you were an older adult who played when you were a kid and you want to get back into it. Their approach is the same. It's all about connecting with musicality.
Tony Perina says, it is hard to imagine a body of instruction that applies to all attendees, regardless of existing skill level, but it is true! Exclamation point. I was at the last one and witnessed beginners through semi-pro make obvious improvements in the course of a week. They are equally masters at getting people of all levels to make amazing, huge leaps in humanity, if I may, in their music. Like, you know, not to disparage any of the students, but just like that's the magic of them. Any parting thoughts?
Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. It's a wonderful musical experience. You're going to learn something that was completely unexpected.
At the CNIMA USA Gmail account, you can direct any questions you have to me. I'll be happy to answer them. CNIMAUSA@gmail.com.
And I will end by thanking Kayla so much, thanking Mark so much. What a wonderful thing. This has been a tremendous 2 hours. Thank you guys so much. It's great to see you both.